not there's a culture of silence with what's been going on. So Fisai, over to you. I wanted to have you weigh in on this.
I mean, I think sexual harassment. I think I need to just be unequivocal about it. I think it shouldn't be allowed. You know, and I think people should take responsibilities, not just talk about it, but take action. Right? We can't have anybody, any anybody, irrespective of gender, you know, to be sexually harassed, to be made uncomfortable, in a workplace or just in any form of professional, endeavor, or even just even outside being professional, right? On any standard at all. I think it's totally uncalled for, totally irresponsible. Uh, you know, and I think people have been talking about the fact that yes, consent is is key to any form of sexual relationship. If someone says no to anything or suggests no, you don't have to even physically say no. If suggest no, suggest anything, I think that action has to stop. And I think it's important we got that into our head. It's important everybody knows this. Like you can't impose yourself on anybody. You can't, you know, force yourself on anybody. If if it's meant to be a sexual relationship between two people, consent is key between both parties. I think I like the video around tea, drinking tea. I don't know if you've seen that kind of video where you shouldn't force anyone to drink tea. People don't drink tea unconscious. It's similar to the way tea is made. I can say I want tea today, and I say I don't want tea again. The fact that I wanted tea yesterday doesn't mean I want tea today. So just thinking around, uh, you know, consent in that light, makes a lot of sense. Like the fact that someone agreed to a sexual relationship yesterday doesn't mean the person wants a sexual relationship every day, right? So once the person says no, once suggests no, I think it's important that action stops because it's consent between two adults. I think it needs to be clear. And I also think that we need to do a lot more work in bringing justice to victims. I don't think that we've seen enough closure on issues around sexual harassment, uh, on issues of rape, particularly. I mean, the case of who are in Edo State is so saddening because, I mean, the victim was killed in the process, right? And of course, the police, the way they are, we're asking for mobilization, all of that. We saw that video on Twitter already, right? So I think it's the way we treat victims is also an important part of of all of this. So back to tech, because again, I don't think it's a tech thing. I think it's just a general attitude to issues like this, especially in an African setting. I don't think it's a Nigerian tech thing. I think it's just a general attitude of people to sex, or to sexual relationships across Africa. People don't like to talk about it. People don't like to mention. I mean, if you look at the tweet of the lady herself, at first she didn't want to mention the name
Exactly, and
of the
that's we.
person involved.
Yes, and we need to talk. Yeah, she didn't want to. Exactly,
So that's a
exactly.
culture
That's
of
the
silence.
exactly, and the culture. And sorry if it's. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah.
The culture of silence. One would think it's on the. It doesn't just fall on others who know of something that has occurred and are keeping it quiet. It also falls on the alleged victim themselves. And by the way, please, I need to really emphasize that this is an allegation. Investigations have not been completed. But Fisayo, continue. It also falls on the person who is making these allegations as well, as them not coming out openly to mention the person. But continue.
Yeah. So like I said, I think it's a cultural thing. So she didn't want to mention the name at first. Like, okay, until some pressure from within Twitter, like, yeah, mention the name if you think it's this. And I also understand reasons why people don't like to mention name because now we have to think around, okay, burden of proof, where does it lie, in all of this, like, but so because I mean, she probably won't be able to prove like, okay, this is what happened because it's my word against us.
Yeah.
So I think it's the reason why people like to not mention it because they cannot go down some legal spiral around the defamation, especially if the accused, vehemently, denies such allegations. So how do you prove that he did it? How do you prove he didn't do it? We've seen the cases of Timi Dakolo and his wife against, against Pastor, what's his name again?
Pastor Imbo.
Pastor Imbo, yeah.
Pastor Imbo, right?
Yeah.
We saw how the legal battle went down. So, nothing happened at the end of the day, right? Because nobody could prove what happened
well,
a few years ago.
Let's not say nothing has
That we
happened.
found ourselves.
Sorry, Fisayo. The police released a statement yesterday, sent a letter, letter to Busola saying that they've transferred the case to the legal system, the judicial system to handle. So it's still ongoing. It's an open case.
Yes, exactly. So I understand that clearly. So I'm just saying that how do you prove that this happened? Because it's going to be my word against yours, right? So I think that's why people don't like to mention names, right? However, I think for me, events of the last few days had called into remembrance around the case. We need to understand power dynamics in all of this thing. You're meant to be a mentor to young entrepreneurs. Yeah, because of course you're the CEO of Tizeti, which is meant to be a fairly successful startup in Nigeria. Leveraging your experience, the things you've done, the things you've achieved, to bring up a few people. I don't think that should be used as an advantage to take advantage of your mentees. I think it's irresponsible because you partner and it's like with you. It seems kind of I see you as a boss, as anything. You shouldn't have use that position to get any form of advantage over by subordinate.
Faisal, let me quickly ask you something. Let me just ask you, since you mentioned, what is this? What is the impact of this, or what do you think? Will you think it will affect the relationship between mixed gender? I hope I'm saying this correctly. Mixed gender mentor-mentee relationships, where a man is mentoring a woman or a woman is mentoring a man. Is this now going to push this to where men will mentor men and women will mentor women, so that there's no this issue doesn't continue? What do you think there'll be an impact on it? Because the chatter now on I've seen it on some WhatsApp groups and on Twitter is that, look, all this thing about mentors, let's just eliminate this mentor thing because there's a power dynamic to it. You feel like you're getting help, and it now turns into what you're talking about. So do you think there'll be an impact on that?
I think as mentors, a lot of I've seen on Twitter a few weeks. I think it was last year that one person mentioned that he'll probably not mentor a female person in tech. I think we discussed it on the show maybe last 2 years ago. That it's just to be on the safe side, right? So to a large extent, yes, I think some of these things can continue to happen, especially when people would. I think it will affect. I think people have to be careful around how their relationships and body language suggest anything. Even what's it called? The former vice president of the US, had himself accused of showing his body to the Secret Service agents, which I think was irresponsible. Like, by the Secret Service agents to think that the vice president was trying to sexually harass her when your job is to protect him, irrespective of wherever he is. So again, it's just some of those things that has to happen. And I think that that thing around just being cautious around how do I act around people? How do I act around the opposite sex? It's not just even about female or male, or just gender or things like that. But how do you just act around colleagues? How do you touch? How do you hold? How do you hug? Right, so that your actions are not misinterpreted as anything. But of course, this is not an excuse in any way to remove it. This is so it's not all game. This is an extreme case, and I think Rose will have shared the story on his Twitter account, because I can't be explaining this on the national radio. It's just so graphic, and I think it's irresponsible. So this is not a question of hug or holding hand. This is an extreme case, right? I think it shouldn't be allowed. This is just so extreme and gross, right?
But
I think it will affect relationships between genders and how some of those things
they interact. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think coronavirus already, nobody's shaking hands or hugging. So maybe this will even go into that day. But Fisa, another thing I want to ask you was, what about, the response? Some have said that, Tizeti came out and put out a letter now saying that they're investigating this. But he himself Kendall Ayani has been quiet, and some are saying that may have been a mistake on his part. The allegations were made at him, not the company. And then I want you whether that's a mistake. And then the investors, what does this do? With regard, you work in the field where you invest in tech companies in your where you work. What does that also, what impact there?
Okay, so the CEO was accused, not the company, but the CEO's action since the accusation has been abysmal, to say the least, right? I think from the allegation, he still went from being a public figure to being private.
Yeah, he locked his Twitter account.
He has not released any official statement. So I just get the company felt that someone should talk, right? If the CEO is not talking, is not saying absolutely anything, whether to refuse or to accept responsibility, just silent, right? Which I think is also irresponsible, right? The organization felt, okay, if our CEO is not talking, let's stand up and say, yes, we're investigating and all of that, again, public, just give a around, not taking a stand, or just saying, yeah, we're investigating, this thing is happening, all of that, because the letter says absolutely nothing to me. So again, I think it's just, the only felt on the company to say something. Of course, Tizeki has raised money from really, really big venture capital funds. Y Combinator is the Y Combinator, who is the largest accelerator in the US. Globally, arguably, right? Right. So I think his investors would have to, I'm sure they are. If there's crisis like this in the portfolio company that invested in, I'm sure all the investors will start, what's it called, connecting and circling back to themselves and trying to figure out how to take action.
Yeah.
For me, I think the board should have taken action to suspend the CEO and put out a statement on behalf of the company, like, okay, yeah, the CEO has been suspended, pending the investigation, to this matter. I think the investors will take action. I don't know when, but I think they will.
Yeah.
And I think that's just the responsible thing to do.
All right, thank you. I think we're going to take some messages. And so, speaking of, Fisaya just touched on corporate governance. But I think it's breaking news from this morning or last night. It's tech, so I didn't want to talk about it. But let me just, since he's mentioned it, the African Development Bank, they've relented. They've now decided that they will indeed use an independent body to investigate Akumi Additional. So upon all him going to visit Buhari, Obasanjo's letter, that one, they are doing. So it's sad. But anyway, Fisaya, hang on. Let's listen to some messages now.
Benga Kamu says there's conspiracy of silence in many areas of Nigerian society, and the earlier we speak and act on it, the better for all of us. We must act, but giving parties opportunity to defend themselves, because some allegations, he said, are false. MI from Akoka says there's a lot of sexual harassment in tech, especially with grants, seed funding, and general employment. This culture of silence emboldens these predators. I think creatives should come up with a safe digital space for people to tell their stories. No is a full sentence. Olu says, great topic for discussion. Please kindly help promote what?
Okay, it's apps. He's talking about apps.
Promote the apps, yes.
Yeah. Rape, crime, and incident alert apps. Yes, that tech can definitely help there.
Thank you. And Shani says, good morning, Rotas and Valentine. Until our society and by extension our government is tough on drugs and crimes, violence, and specifically violence against women will keep happening. The best way to teach a criminal or rapist is to show him the consequences of his actions, not just motivational talk. Thank you, Shani.
Thank you. But I think Benga had one more message about who should mentor who. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it's better for men to mentor men and women to mentor men. What? Okay.
Okay.
So people should be more cautious around the other sex. We've come to another Me Too moment. It's sad.
All right.
So which is my concern.
Yeah.
Even those who do not intend to or have no thoughts of that, their intent is not modeled by any sexual whatever, they would be threading on eggshells.
Well, look, again, I think coronavirus has helped. Nobody's touching it. Yeah, everybody exactly. So if I'm mentoring you, you sit 6 feet away from me. Nobody says I have to. If I can mentor you without seeing you. This is technology. I can mentor you on WhatsApp video call. I can mentor you by text. What's mentorship? Please tell me how to do this. Please show me how to do that.
Your mentor doesn't have to know you.
Exactly. I don't have to know you. Just send any messages.
Jeff Bezos can be my mentor.
Finish. Exactly.
I don't need to have this.
Thanks for mentioning Jeff Bezos. That's actually the next topic. Real quick, Fisaya, let me hear your thoughts. Elon Musk came out asking for calling for the breakup of Amazon because I think it's their Kindle self-publishing. They initially I think trying to censor a book from an author who wrote a book about questioning coronavirus and questioning its authenticity, questioning its impact. And I don't know. Anyway, it just broke. I saw the tweet just this morning. What are your thoughts?
Yes, I think we can't have things like this happen, and I think we can be addressing it on Amazon level or on Netflix level. I think that platforms do not have any right to censor anything. That is the principle. That's the fundamental principle. Twitter doesn't have a right to censor Donald Trump. Facebook doesn't have a right to censor Hillary Clinton. Amazon doesn't have a right.
You know he's going to mention
anybody.
Trump. You know he'll mention Trump.
It's fundamental principle.
What if they break the rules, the terms of engagement?
Principle.
Fisayo.
What?
If you develop an app and you put a terms and conditions on your app, on the use of your app, and somebody violates it, so you would say that because the person is president, you can't be banned?
No, it means that people will be able to show their bias and what's it called, and their political ideology in the way they operate things. It is so wrong.
Fisayo is for free speech.
So I think people should have responsibility. Okay, this is what it is. This is what the book is. Because Amazon is saying that it's violating something.
Yeah.
It's irresponsible because they believe that the content of the book is not what they want to hear.
Yeah.
All right.
Good
And
point.
that's the thing about freedom. That's the thing about so you can't have that happen under any guise.
Yes.
Under any guise at all. You can't have that happen. You mean that people will start, limiting their competitors' reach because they can.
Because
Yes.
they can't
Officer, if you come on radio
What
and make a claim that is not backed by evidence or anything, I'm going to turn off your mic and you won't say it's because it's Smooth FM, then I have the right to speak my mind something however unsubstantiated.
There's some nuance,
the point.
there's some nuance.
Yes.
Officer, look, I think we're out of time. We appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much for giving your thoughts on what's been going on. I appreciate everybody that sent messages as well, and we'll keep up with this matter and see how things work out. So, Officer, I appreciate you. Thanks for joining us, man.
Thanks, Visaya. Thank you, Rotis.
All right.
Stay with us here on Smooth 98.1. We'll have more interesting conversation coming up at 7:30 for Freshly Pressed 91.
Express. Brought to you.
Hey, thanks, man. Thanks.
Nice one, G.
Thanks. Appreciate you, man. All right, man. We'll talk.